What's up? Welcome to a new episode of Movie Schmovie. This is episode number 490. My name is Steve, one of the co-hosts of the show, and as always, I'm joined by
Ron.
I'm John.
the best part of that could have been like him in so many movies.
Yes.
Very well known for that in his movies.
This movie, I really noticed it, especially when he takes out the Twinkie in 2 bites. I was like,
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
everybody knows that. Maybe when they made this movie, that wasn't like common knowledge yet, but I guess they had already commented on it in the Ocean's films at that
Yeah, I was
point.
gonna say the Ocean's films were the ones that kind of really made it aware or obvious that that was something that Mr. Brad Pitt does in a lot of films that he
But
does.
it's the business. I noticed this time too, like the kind of
Wiping his hands clean out. Yeah.
and also like he's got a manic quality to him, our Brad. If you were not watching this, but instead were listening, I thought I did a pretty good impression of Brad Pitt's character eating style, where he's just like shoving stuff in his mouth, almost like it's time for him to speak. Ask him a question, and then he makes sure to get a few extra like peanuts. In his
he
mouth.
gets it's like an intentional thing. Like, you do it when you know you're going to be asked for something, so they have to wait.
Right.
And it gives you more time to
Yes,
actually
yes.
formulate a response.
Right.
Instead
It
of
makes-
being like right on. I mean, that's like an actual thing that
a
people
power move kind of
do.
thing.
Yeah, it's definitely a power move, controlling the moment. You'll wait for me and buy myself time to have a better answer.
Makes me think of there was a funny moment on a Jiminy Glick episode where like he starts shoving like candy in his mouth and he
Yeah.
starts choking. While he's choking, he shoves more candy.
Like a donut. Oh, a candy. I
Yeah, like-
seen when he was like a
It's like
donut.
but he would have like a bowl full of some ambiguous thing, but like the idea of you're choking to death, and while you're
Right.
choking, you're still trying
You're
to
still
cram
eating.
more candy
Yeah.
in your mouth. It's so funny.
My dad when he was doing like corporate IT stuff, he had a friend that was like really high up, and what he said his friend would do is step on a person's foot to make the bigger person that had the control feel uncomfortable. It was a weird thing. He just go into the meeting. Hey, what's going on? Oh man, I'm so sorry. And
Like
Oh,
to
they'd
see what they would do. Like
yeah,
to
they
see if they
get
would
thrown
react.
off. They're like,
Yeah.
"What the fuck is going on?" And he'd like take that awkwardness and shift it into power.
Right.
He would do it all the time, and he's pretty daunting guy. He's like 6'5" and wide, and he just
that'll
he
do
would
it.
come into a room and step on your foot.
I mean, that sounds legitimate. Like that's one of those things where you're like, it would definitely throw somebody off.
Yeah, it
Right.
it would throw me all the way off, man.
And you could probably learn something from how they handle it.
Yes.
Yeah, yes.
Like you would say, oh, that person was too soft about the way they took
Yeah,
that,
yeah,
or this
yeah,
person
yeah.
was too aggro. But a person who's a little bit like, hey, man, watch it. You might
Hey.
be like, all right, that person's pretty cool because they reacted, but they didn't like go off the chain about it. You know?
Yeah.
Or you could react
But
to him like Skeletor. You twit.
You twit.
Oh man.
So what do we got today? We got John's. Well, talk a little Brad Pitt. We're leading into John's pick for required viewing this week. Ronald, you saw a new film in theaters in 4DX high
I
format.
did.
We'll talk about that. But and then whatever else we saw. That sounds like what we're gonna probably do today.
He-Man.
Okay. Before we get to that, spoiler alert. Let's talk about John's required viewing pick.
All right, let me get my background image up. I thought this was a good moment to when
Yeah, there you go.
he says heads up and throws the ball at him. Brad Pitt says, "What the fuck was that?" And then he says, "You knucklehead," which I thought was funny. Yeah, so I chose Moneyball because this is a movie that has just been always kind of mentioned to me in the last decade or so of like, oh, you know, when people find out I haven't seen it, they're like, oh, you'd probably like Moneyball. You should see Moneyball. And I guess people assume, you know, people maybe correctly read me as someone who doesn't necessarily watch a sports movie. But I don't, you know, I think there's like you know, I think everyone on this show is sort of, we're all kind of cross genre with our appreciation. So like, to me, sports movies hit a certain spot. I just don't have the kind of like I have to know why I'm seeing this sports movie. It'll be like a biopic or something. It's like, oh, this is a particularly good one. I'll check it out. But if it's just a run of the mill one, I'm
Sure,
not that
sure,
interested
sure.
in it. So yeah, this was one that stood out to me because every time I heard about it, it suggested what I think is actually true of the movie, which is that the sports part is there, and like the the arc of like watching a team play some games and they're winning some games or whatever, that's there. But what we're really watching is something that I find always kind of interesting, which is like people collaborating on like a project. And I think that in this film, it's all about. I mean, if people don't know, it's all about a general manager of the Oakland Athletics, who works with a guy. What's his name? Billy Bean.
Billy Bean is the
Billy Bean,
manager.
and then he works with another guy named Peter Brand, who's played by Jonah Hill. So you have Brad Pitt and Jonah Hill playing these two guys who are sort of rebuilding the way that you put together a team and the way that you the way that you use that team. So that like working for forget what it is they were maximizing, but it's like on base averages or something. They get it down to like
On base
the
percentage.
mathematics. Yeah, on base percentages. And it's what is it? Subametrics?
Sabermetrics is what they bring to like basically
Sabermetrics. Yeah.
Major League Baseball. Really, they're kind of like not the pioneers of it, but the modern kind of resurfacing of it, and really kind of the way they use that and how they scouted the team.
So they basically took a team that was flailing and
Mhm.
got them a record-breaking 20-game streak
Yes.
through this method, but did not get them over the hill to the championship. And then the movie it's an interesting account because it's like by that account they lose. They lose the thing that they were supposed to be getting, but the vindication comes in kind of an ironic way that the Red Sox are able to then use sabermetrics a couple years later to win the World Series. And there's a whole thing in the movie about almost having that job with the Red
Yes.
Sox. So yeah, I mean, in a weird way, I don't know. In that sense, it's like I guess there's two different ways of talking about this movie. One is just like the movie itself and the kind of the emotional structure of it, the emotional arc of it. Which I actually think is very affecting. I started off the movie kind of going, this is interesting. It's mild. I'm kind of learning a little bit about the sabermetrics method and the approach, the sort of mathematical, scientific approach to winning a game versus I don't know. I don't know quite what system they're overthrowing in favor of sabermetrics, but it does seem like there's a little bit of a question about whether this can work, and. I thought that was kind of interesting because I did understand what the movie was telling me about what they were doing, but I also thought like, is the point of this team is going to win the championship, or is the point of this? It feels like pretty momentous when they have the 20-game win streak, so that's pretty cool. But more so, I think it's just that thing about a person who, like, we really get into the mindset of Billy Bean. And I thought it was really kind of cool that the movie, as much as we have a lot of really good actors in it, you've got Philip Seymour Hoffman, you've got Jonah Hill, you've got Robin Wright at this point, Chris Pratt. You've got a lot of actors that are very likable and very good, but they all are sort of just in the movie as much as their characters need to be. Like Philip Seymour Hoffman is a great example of this. He doesn't have like a huge Philip Seymour Hoffman moment the way you might expect him to have. He's just super reliable. When we cut to his character, you could totally tell what his character, who I think is is he like a manager of the team as well? He's not a coach, right?
Who's that?
Philip Seymour Hoffman's character. He's manager of the team. So yeah, I mean, it's like you would expect that character to have a huge moment given that it's played by that actor, but no, it's just more woven into the fabric of the movie. And so whenever we get a scene with him, we know exactly what that guy, Art Howe, is thinking, because he's such a great actor, but it's not built around a great performance from him. Even Jonah Hill, who is like in the movie a lot, we don't get like so many huge moments with him that it feels like, oh, this is a real showcase for him. So I kind of feel like there's a laid back, realistic, grounded feel to this movie that I think took a while before the power of it was really hitting me. But about 2/3 into the movie, everything was just, I mean, I'm not saying it wasn't working before that. I'm saying it really started paying off for me
Sure.
in the final act of the movie, where we get this whole storyline about, like, are they going to win this 20th game in their streak that would be the record breaking game. And that is that's pretty tense. I even think the way the sound editing, like it goes silent at certain points, There's a couple of parts where the like it doesn't play off of the watching the game recreated the way so many sports movies do. It's much more about watching Billy Bean's kind of quirky habits around that. Like when he doesn't want to watch the game, he doesn't want to be at the game. He thinks he's going to jinx him, and that kind of thing. So I feel like it's less about watching the sort of reenactment of the sporting event and much more about watching the guys who are concerned with this, whether whether this structure that they've been using is working. And it could be seen as kind of a low stakes movie in the sense that even Billy Bean says in the movie, like, we lost, or like, we didn't win the championship, so what's the point of all this? Winning the record, breaking the streak doesn't mean anything.
Right.
But I feel like the movie is kind of like a love letter to being an almost ran. Even that song at the end that the daughter sings to him, where she's like, calls him a loser in the song. There's this kind of feeling of like, that like I don't know, almost getting there is pretty, like, there is some dignity to this. There is something kind of noble and there's something kind of exciting about it. What's the line that gets repeated in the movie? It's hard not to get romantic about baseball, he says. Yep. And I would say the movie, when he said that at the beginning, I was like, yeah, that's true. I guess, I can understand that a baseball movie tackling that idea of like that this is there. You have to kind of get romantic about it for it to seem like it means something. And I think by the end of the movie, I really did feel the sort of love of the game and the sort of the yearning he had for not just this arbitrary thing, but like a real win, and like taking a team over that hump was like the thing that really mattered to him.
Right.
I don't know. I found that very kind of moving in the end, even though I couldn't explain to you before that, like, oh, what matters about this or what the real stakes are. But I think they managed to create that sense that, like, when they win that game, that 20th game, the way that it plays out, it feels really good, but it's not overly bombastic. Do you know what I mean? The way it's presented, it's just presented in almost a matter-of-fact way, which really lends into something that I've always thought about with sports, which is like, as great as you are, next week you got to be great again, and the next week you got to be great again, and next week you got to be great again, and there's so much against you.
Right.
And I don't know, I found that to be ultimately a very moving thing, even though, as you guys know, I'm not that invested in the sports of it, but I totally felt the sort of the kind of point of the movie as far as it centers that idea of someone having a passion and someone just kind of like almost getting what they want. Even the text that pops up at the end of the movie gives you kind of more of a feeling of like, yeah, like, because the text is basically telling you, yeah, the Red Sox, he didn't take the job with the Red Sox, but they used his method and won a couple
like
years
2
later.
years later. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, I know, I'm glad I watched it. I really was, especially once it got to that last part where I really felt like, oh, this movie is really starting to pay off big time. I didn't realize I was that invested until it got to that last bit of the plot. But Ronald, you've seen this before, but you said you were going to watch it again because you knew that they've polished it up, right? I mean,
yeah. I mean,
so did you notice that it looked better than ever before? It's a pretty good looking movie.
Yeah, it doesn't look like the same movie. It's crazy. It's like movies from like 10 years ago don't, like, once it gets a 4K update, it looks like it just came out yesterday. It's a strange thing. And then you'll watch like an older version of it. You're like, that still looks good, but watching a brand new upscaled, version, it makes a difference. But I mean, it's the same movie. I remember it being a cool interpersonal relationship. I think I'm really interested in that kind of stuff. Like, it reminds me of like Jackie, the movie Jackie Robinson. Like, I think I was more concerned about like the what it took to do the things that Jackie Robinson did, rather than watching footage of him hitting the baseball and people throwing things at him. And I think I feel the same way about this movie. The minutia was not douche minutia, which is like assholes just talking, douche minutia. But it was just, yeah. But it was really cool to see just coming up with an idea, implementing the idea, you know. And I think there's something to people that think that things will work automatically or the first time. That's a weird thing. It's almost like that's culture of people that don't put themselves out there like that. You got to understand that you might fail a couple times, but you learn things along the way. The fact that 20 games in a row, come on, man, like it's like, I think about something like New Yorkers are going ape shit right now, and anybody that's a fan of the Knicks, you can't tell a New Yorker anything. You
Yeah.
start talking, they just talk over you. Our fucking Knicks are going we're in our finals and we're gonna stop those. They can't. But one of the things that I remember is Linsanity.
Oh yeah.
For anybody that is old enough to remember, Linsanity was a period where this player Jeremy Lin was on a run, and I'm telling you, like, if you were there were people everywhere stopping and trying to watch this kid play. He was kind, he was interesting, and he was scoring like 25 to 30 points every time. They cleared the court so that he could make a shot on Kobe Bryant. It was a weird time. But it could have only existed during that time, you know? They didn't
Hmm.
win a championship that year. But if you talk to people that year, Insanity may have won he may as well have just won a championship, you know? It
Yeah,
was
it's like that injection of something exciting
yeah, yeah.
that just takes over the sport, like for that city or that team or
100%.
that or in
100%.
some cases a league. I
Yeah.
mean, like, that's definitely like that Jeremy Lin examples. I remember that being like a thing that was just,
It was
even if you weren't
it's
a Knicks fan,
yeah.
you heard about it all the time.
Yeah, it was a wild to see. So, it just draws parallels to that. 20 game is a lot. Like I think that people kind of scoff at that, but also remember there's like over 80 games in a um damn MLB season. So if you think 20 of those games were streaky, it's like that's insane.
There's 162 games.
Yeah, that's insane. That's a
Yeah.
that's a really
Yeah.
cool chunk that is going in the win column. I think that people downplay that stuff a lot. It's championship or nothing, and sometimes you got to remember there's like those other 38, 39 teams that aren't experiencing the championship that suffer that stuff too. So yeah, I liked it. It felt like Ocean's 11, but for baseball, in the way that they use somebody for something very specific, and then you kind of keep it moving. I think a lot about when Bernie Mac was talking to George Clooney in the beginning of Ocean's 11, and how he felt like small at first when they had that first interaction, and then they see each other again, and it's like, oh, he's gonna get the band together. It's like this like thing.
Yeah.
He's like the first cog in this thing, and it kind of reminds me of that. Like it's all these pieces that make
Yeah.
this thing work. It feels like Ocean's 11 for baseball.
Yeah, especially
Not
the scenes where he's like calling different coaches and kind of setting them against each other, or like figuring out how to
yes,
get the kind of pyramid going where
yeah,
somebody.
yeah.
And I was a little bit like, is this really how it works? You call somebody up and go, "I'll give you so and so if you give me so and so with this," and it's like they
Oh
know
man,
they're
it's
taking
so much
something
like
off your hands for a reason.
yes, but
But
they
it's
don't
like
know
they're
why.
also looking at the stats and understanding maybe there's someone they want to get rid of. And so
Yes,
it's like,
yes.
okay. And he's like, call me back in 5 minutes or we don't have a deal or whatever. And it's just like, I wondered how much that was realistic. But
Oh
even
man, so
whether it
real.
was or not, that Ocean's 11 feeling you're talking about of like running a little bit of a, like this is based on numbers, so it's really
Yeah.
not a scam, but like the idea of getting certain players in certain cases, and then eventually they ended up going, oh shit, now we have to go let somebody go.
Yeah.
And then telling that one guy like you're out was like, I know, again, it was poignant, but the movie didn't dwell on anybody's personal story too much. And I have to say, sometimes with dramas based on real life, I get really bogged down when they try to create a personal drama for a character.
Right.
Whereas when they focus on the thing that they're working on, or the thing that is like BlackBerry or something like that, where
Yeah.
you're focusing on, like in this movie, you're really focusing on the method and you're focusing on the collaboration between Peter Brand, which I guess he's a fictionalized version of the real guy,
Yes.
and Billy Bean. But like this idea that you've got a numbers nerd and a general manager who are working together with this thing that basically just prioritizes the on base percentages over certain other skills that a player might have, right? I mean, that's
Yes.
the premise of it. Whereas those other skills are normally what makes them prioritize it. So no, and again, I guess I kind of knew that was what this was, but I didn't know much beyond just, some people have it's a different way of putting together a team. And there's that kind of couldn't we almost had it all sort of feeling at the end of the movie that I think a lot of I don't know, it's always cool when a movie manages to get you to that place where they didn't, it's like Rocky or something where you go, oh, the guy didn't win. But it still feels like it's the story that it doesn't feel like, oh, then what's the story here? you
Right,
know,
right.
it's like, okay, almost winning, but kind of this notion of maybe I guess at the end the real thing is that he stays, instead of going to take the job at the with the
With the
Red
Red
Sox.
Sox.
That's kind of the real climax of the movie. Um,
Yeah, I mean, this was a great rewatch. I mean, this is I love this movie. I went back to my list from years back. This was number four for me uh in 2011. Yeah, and looking into it again, it got nominated for six Oscars, Best Picture, Adapted Screenplay, and two acting nominations for Pitt and Jonah Hill. And honestly, that's really what stands out for me in the
yeah,
movie. I think their performances are great. I think they're great together. I really think everybody in the movie is just
but that
great.
screenplay too. I mean,
Yeah,
and then you
dude.
look and go, oh, Steve Zalian and Aaron
And Aaron
Sorkin. It's like
Sorkin.
no
Yeah.
fucking wonder. It's a good
Yeah, yeah. It's
screenplay.
like you got a superpower together here. And honestly, like the direction's great too. Bennett Miller is
Hmm.
kind of like a little lesser known, but I mean, he's made some really great movies. I know when I used to work, I got to meet him and work with him a little bit when I used to my prior job with the ad agency when he released Capote. And got to talk to him a lot about that movie, and he was just a really super intelligent, very nice guy. And I remember watching this and just being like, damn, another good one. And also he did Foxcatcher, but
He hasn't made a movie since then.
he hasn't. But I was looking it up. It looks like he has the development for a Christmas Carol remake, which is interesting.
Oh,
As director, but I don't know what's happening with that. But yeah, I don't know. This is just a great movie. I mean, baseball is probably my all-time favorite sport, and especially still at that time that this was happening in real life. I remember, especially like super into baseball at that point, like kind of being in high school and college around that time, and just how exciting it was, what the athletics were doing at that time. Really not fully understanding what sabermetrics was. I mean, I remember hearing about it. I think I was in college at that time, but like it was just like, and especially playing baseball in high school and everything. It was like a really interesting topic to hear, like about this team that was doing this with such a low team budget and players that were, in some ways, a little, on the end of their careers, and some players that were never given a second chance or never even given a first look, and kind of what they were doing, like just to accomplish that, that one base percentage target. So from a baseball thing, it was really cool for me to watch the inside of it a little bit more and to
Hmm.
better understand it on the first watch of this movie when it first came out. But the rewatch, it just reminds me again, like I think it's, one of Brad Pitt's best performances. I think he's great in it. Jonah Hill's great in it. And yeah, I don't know. It's just like one of those things that I think it's like based on didn't Michael Lewis do the book that it's based on? I was trying to find that out, but I didn't get that far. Because he also did
Yeah, it's by Michael Lewis.
what did he do? He did not that I really love Blindside, but he also did The Big Short, which were, made into movies as well. But these like kind of real stories
Hmm.
that, are based on two of them were on sport related stories, but like the point being like with Moneyball and even The Big Short to a larger extent, like the explanation of what this thing was that could be complicated, you can watch the movie and understand it. And I think both in how Bennett Miller made Moneyball and what's his name? Adam did Big Short, McKay.
Yeah.
Like they're the source material for those things that they're adapted from are written in a way that like have a lot of finesse and kind of make it easily digestible into what this topic is. And then that way, what John was getting at earlier is like the people story around it
yeah.
is really more front and center and more paramount to the movie that you're watching, more so than like this idea that you're learning about that happened in real life. But it was, yeah, just a great movie. And yeah, just really enjoyed rewatching it. The timing was great. And I saw the re-release was like literally the end of April it came out, right? It was
Yeah.
like
Christ,
picked it like the week after.
it's like
It's
fucking
great.
perfect,
Or a
man.
month later. It's crazy.
And we haven't really mentioned him much, but I thought Chris Pratt. It was cool to see him really like underplaying compared to what we normally get from him. It was like he was just kind of like I said before. He was just in the fabric of the movie.
Yeah,
I thought he
yeah,
was pretty perfect as his character too, and I love the moment he has. His big home run
yep,
is just
yep.
such a cool.
It's a great moment.
Again, it's a great moment, but it's like it's the kind of moment that another sports movie would have built up as this huge climax. But in this movie, it's kind of like the answer to a question you might have at that point, and it feels really meaningful. And it actually is one of those moments where I did get sort of emotional. Was like,
Yeah,
oh wow, that's so great,
yeah.
because it got me thinking, oh, how awesome would it be to be that guy, not the guy
Oh,
who got sent home, not the guy who got traded unceremoniously, but like,
yeah.
and again, by not focusing too much on any one person's personal story, it allows you to see those moments I don't know, to me in a way that I don't always see them, which is like, oh yeah, that's like a very human moment. And yet it also is totally capricious, like that you could be just catch like that game where they have an 11-point lead and then they blow that and then they still win. It's like, that's the thing about sports that drives me
Yeah.
crazy, that makes me think if I was too invested in a team, it would be bad for me, because I would hate the idea that like, oh, we had it and then we lost it. And, I don't know. It's like, it's so what have you done for me lately kind
Oh
of
yeah, dude.
stuff that it's like, yeah, I thought that moment felt really good, because it's not like he was the most amazing player. It's just that moment he like, okay, he came through at this
It just worked.
perfect
Yep.
moment. Yeah.
Yep. Good stuff.
So I think that means, Ronald, it's your turn. We now have the ceremonial bearded dragon of choosing a new film
Right.
displayed behind me. What is
Bearded
your pick?
dragon.
Bearded Dragon. Okay. I, I'm going to call onto the Romans for this one and bring about a genre referred to often as the Romicus Comicus. And I will be choosing Brett Goldstein's Office Romance, starring Brett Goldstein and Jennifer Lopez,
Interesting.
which starts this today on Netflix. And the reason I chose this is I like Brett Goldstein's pen. He's a funny guy. I've liked a lot of the stuff he did, including the superhero movie he did back in the early 2000s. The British one, can't remember the name of it, but it was funny.
Remember you talking about it before.
And so I'm trusting him with the responsibility of writing Jennifer Lopez in a rom-com. And apparently he wrote this specifically for her.
Who else is in this? Scott Seiss, is that his name? The Baltimore comic.
Oh yeah, he's in
I
this.
think he's in this. Yeah.
Oh man, I gotta reach out to him and tell him
I
congratulations.
think he posted that he plays a freak in this movie.
Okay.
And I saw a picture of the cast, and he's one of like 20 people standing there. So I was like, oh, I wonder if he's in like one scene or if he's like a funny character who gets to be in
Yeah,
more.
yeah.
But I
Okay.
feel like he got sort of featured. I keep waiting to see that guy pop up in more, because he's very
Yeah,
funny.
he's funny, man. He needs his own solo shit. Maybe he'll be in more stuff this year because I feel like he's a special kind of guy.
But yeah, you're on a Romicus Comicus Kikicus.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah,
know.
that sounds like it.
I've been wanting to pick me up. Sometimes, you want to see people kissing and
Ooh.
doing raunchy stuff.
Ooh.
Why not? Brett's good for it.
Yeah, no, we like Brett.
Yeah, we like him.
We like Brett.
We like Brit.
Brett.
Brit.
So Ronald, let's keep the spotlight on you. You went to a place called Eternia, I'm to
I
understand.
did, man.
And
I
you
went to a place
witnessed
to Eternia.
heroics there?
Mm-hmm,
Did a man ride a green cat?
Eventually.
Oh, eventually. Got us there eventually.
Eventually.
Well, why don't you talk a little bit about Masters of the Universe?
Master of the Universe. So, it's the tale of Prince Adam, and
Gather
this
round, children.
Gather round.
This is a tale.
secret identity as He-Man.
Isn't it
Now,
funny that He-Man has a secret? In the cartoon,
Yeah.
it's especially silly that he has a secret
Yes.
identity. In this movie, it feels like they're doing a little bit more with that concept of like that he has to.
there's only
he's
one
a
thing I
different
want to
guy.
give away to you guys from the movie that is such a cool device that they did. Okay, so the story of He-Man, it pretty much is pretty loyal to the story, except he's on Earth. You know, you've seen the commercial. He's on Earth and then he's
Right.
sent away because of a series of awful events. Eternia is under great dire straits, and he's sent away because apparently, you know, it's attacked. It's under attack, and he's gone for 15 years, and he's summonsed when he gets a little older. Um,
Hmm.
Now, one of the things they do is what was one of the weirdest things about the show? The names of the people, right?
Yes.
So what they do is the reason why they have those names is because he remembers them as a kid
Yeah.
and he named them as a kid. So he's
Mm.
like, Ram
Ram
Man.
Man.
Yeah.
Yep.
And they're like, who are you referring to? So it becomes really funny because he's like pointing at you. He's like, oh shit, Ram Man. He's like, what? My name is, he says his like real name. And he does this the whole time. So it's a cool device that they use that it doesn't take away from it because what winds up happening is they kind of grow. They like the nicknames after a while, which is really cool.
Oh, that's fun.
So the guy that plays He-Man, I've never seen him in anything, man, but he's special. He balances he's not quite a dummy like the original Prince in the cartoon, but it is as a silliness to him, man.
It's so funny that he's like he's like a complete coward, right?
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
Adam
yeah.
was played like a complete. Like he still looks like He-Man, though.
Yeah, yeah,
It's
yeah.
just
He's
so
like this
funny.
buff dude.
Yeah, a guy who really is clearly putting in the hours at the gym, and he's
Yeah,
acting like
yeah.
a little fancy coward.
So, man, it's a fun movie, man, and I don't know if you guys have heard this, but Skeletor, Jared Leto is the standout besides uh Man at Arms played by Idris Elba, He-Man played by Nicholas Galitzine. I don't want to put it, yeah, and
Let's
then
see.
Jared Leto is a scene stealer, man. Like his voice isn't quite as high as Skeletor's in the cartoon. It's deeper, but he has these things that he does that are so fucking funny, man. Like he'll keep talking and he'll be like, that's it. That's all. It was. This was the crescendo. That's why I did this. You're supposed to go yay after that, and it's like he's talking to himself a lot. It's really fucking funny because he's battling this like ego of being a leader, but he's not quite there. It's
Hmm.
interesting how they do it. But Jared is a monster in this, man. Like it's crazy. Like they were saying, like that he's kind of like franchise poop. Like he gets on something and kind of ruins it. And this might be one of those things that if people get a hold of this, people watch this. He's fun as fuck in this movie, man. Not to mention the soundtrack is mostly a combination of actual rock songs and some original compositions in between.
Hmm.
Some remnants of you may hear like a little piece of He-Man at first, and then eventually it comes together towards the end of the movie. It's a special fucking movie. It feels like
Wow.
remember the way Dungeons and Dragons felt?
That's what I literally said to
Yes.
John. Like that's what people have been telling me.
Yeah, so it feels like Dungeons and Dragons meets like Guardians. There's like some Guardians feel to it towards it. I mean, because like there's a lot of ships and things like that in Eternia. And again, Skeletor really brings it together, man. Like it's like it wouldn't have the same feel to it if you didn't have somebody as daunting as him because he's not only like funny and weird and quirky, but he is evil. He's very evil and does some very evil things that really make He-Man have to face this guy in a way that I wasn't expecting. The fight scenes are really cool. It has some heart. I'm not gonna lie to you, man. That was a part where I kind of teared up. Uh, but it's like dad shit, you know. But all around fun movie, man. It's like it's above a 73 for real. Like it should be like an 80, honestly.
But that's a pretty good number, I think.
It's an incredible number for
Like
critics.
yeah, and the audience is like I think around 90. Like
Yeah,
it's just unfortunately the comparisons to Dungeons and Dragons I think are going to be pretty appropriate.
yeah,
I see this movie possibly being a massive flop,
yeah,
but it's like or really struggling to like make money, but it is literally like the same kind of numbers and like the way people that are describing it like we talked about it a couple times over the last month on the podcast and it's like I'm gonna see it, but hearing what I've heard in the last 48 hours has made me want to see it more than I've ever wanted to see it.
yeah,
You know, like that description and even your experience with it is like, that kind of sounds like exactly what I'd want to watch as a
yeah.
He-Man movie, you
Yeah, the
know?
first act is gonna throw most people off because it's slow as shit and it takes place on Earth. I don't know. I don't know what if they should have really focused on that
I don't
quite
know
as.
why they felt the need to do that. I mean, as not having
Yeah,
seen it, and I'm not speaking out against the fun of it, but I've seen several people that have said it's slow getting to where it's going. I mean, I've seen people that have had that criticism
yeah.
Mm,
where
Once it
like,
gets there, it's so fun. But
but it's like
it,
sometimes people have that response where they're talking about a movie they're saying is like a C or 70% or whatever, but they're saying that when they get to the thing that's good, it's really good, or when they get to the stuff that's fun, it's really fun, you know.
right, right,
And
right.
so I think sometimes that's a hard movie to rate. Like I know recently talking about Backrooms, where it's like some stuff in the movie really didn't work for me, but other stuff worked for me like crazy. It's weird telling anyone like I've got mid feelings about a movie when what I'm telling them is I fucking loved about 60% of it.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
there's a lot of movies that are just fine that I don't have that feeling about, you know? So I feel like if a movie gets you to that place, Ronald, and the thing I keep hearing from people, I don't know, either of you know Sean Jones?
yeah, I know
Local,
Sean.
he's like the type of person who like likes this kind of genre stuff, but
Oh,
also it
100%.
has like
Yeah.
a good critical eye. And what he said about it was like, I don't regret it. It was fun. It was super. Like I'd see it again, you know, kind of feeling, but also kind of emphasizing like, yeah, it's not perfect, but it's
no,
like
no, no,
the
but not
stuff
at
it
all.
gets right is so fun that like, were you expecting a Masters of the Universe film to be like perfect
Right.
cinema, or were you hoping it would be a fun movie? Because I do think sometimes those are different standards.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
again, I don't mean we've at this point in 2026 we're all very familiar with that feeling of okay, maybe popcorn movies can be judged a different way, but
Right.
there's still something. It takes a lot for a movie to create real fun. And
For
just from
sure.
some of the reactions I've seen a lot of people saying, even the people who've been very critical of this film, I've seen a lot of them say parts of it are very fun, parts of it are very, you know, enjoyable, and like they all seem to also be saying if you're at all nostalgic for these characters, then the movie's going to hit that spot. So
yeah. This is one of the better versions of He-Man I've seen. Like the live action one from before was shit. It's like a lot of the cartoons are great, but this is the best version with all the characters that we know that I've seen. Like they really try to put it all on the screen. And there's some Easter eggs in there too, which is really fun. So I'm
so
it's
I'm going to
great, man.
ask, you don't have to spoil anything for me. I'm just going to ask about a couple of characters,
Sure.
see if they are in there. Is Buzz Off, the bug man, in there?
No.
Is Stinkor, the skunk man, in there?
No. No.
I think
No.
those are the two that always stuck in my mind. Is like, man, this toy line is searching for
Right,
characters.
right, right. No Stinkor. I
No Buzz
kind of
Off,
wish it
no
was.
Stinker, Stinkor.
Oh man. But yeah, everybody's really pretty amazing in it. Um, yeah, Idris Elba, he picks up a lot of the emotion in it. It's a cool little thing. Shira, well, they don't
It's
call
Tila.
anybody. Yeah, Tila. um, he's very good in it as well. Who is that? Who is that woman? Who is that?
That's Camilla, what's her last name?
Camila Mendez.
Oh
Mendez.
yes.
Mendez, yeah.
Oh gosh, she's gorgeous in it, man. She
How's
is
Allison Brie?
fun,
Yeah.
fun.
She said of all the things she's ever been in, this is the movie she's done that excited her male friends the most.
She's fun in it. Man, it really Skeletor's an abusive dude, man. Like really,
You don't say.
yeah. Every time something goes
Not
wrong,
my
he's
Skeletor.
he's
He's a
like,
little
"Shut up and
teddy
tell
bear.
me why this isn't working." It's like, golly, man, how many times are you gonna fucking threaten to kill her, man? It's like
So do you feel the Leto-ness through the makeup and the
he's
processed
he's
stuff? And
he's doing this like insane British accent. Like it's
it's over the
so
top.
it's so good, man. The laugh, like a couple times when he laughs, I'm like, that's Jared Leto. It's like it's you know what it is? It's the Joker stuff. It's like if they let the Joker breathe, I think this would have been the Joker. Like it's like that kind of feel. Like I kind of feel like if they would have let it cook a little bit, it would have been a little better than we saw on screen because it just felt like chopped up and weird and. But he's doing something in this, man. It feels really special. But yeah, he's going crazy. Like there's parts where he's just like mumbling. It's like, what the fuck is going on? It's so good, man. It's good. I
That's
I
really good
think
to hear.
I hope that this catches
Hasn't
on,
he come
man.
out and said he's not happy with the movie, or did I imagine that?
He said that?
I feel like I saw somewhere that he said he's
No.
not happy with the movie.
No, he was great in it, man.
No, I'm
There's a
wondering
part
what
where
I saw.
he chatters his teeth. Oh no. Oh no, no. I hope he doesn't feel like that, man. I really hope he doesn't feel like that.
Says Jared Leto reportedly not thrilled with Masters of the Universe.
Well, he has done no press for it, has he?
Yeah,
What the fuck is wrong with that, man?
according to the source, he wasn't thrilled. But I think they were just basing that as a news vacuum on what you just said,
Oh,
Steve,
okay.
of like
Yeah.
he hasn't been doing press.
Yeah.
This doesn't feel like the kind of movie that a guy like Jared Leto would necessarily do. I mean, he seems like, I don't know. It's a little weird not to do press for it, but you can totally see
Yeah.
this being the kind of role that, like, if you were more respected as an actor, someone who has his sort of track record, you could see them saying, like, okay, I'm not going to do junkets, you know?
Right.
But I don't know that he's above junkets. I mean, he did fucking Morbius. I don't think he could be above.
Yeah, get out of here, man.
Yeah.
Been a part of some real pieces of shit.
Stinkers.
Yeah.
And this is good, man. Like
He's being a real stinkor about
yeah,
this.
he
Yeah.
is being a stinkor. He's good in this, man. Like I'm telling you, from the moment he comes on the screen, he's so fucking good in it. I don't, you can't see his face, but there's a lot of stuff going on. There's a lot of
Yeah.
like voice acting. There's a lot of emotion. There's a lot of pitch and shit that he's doing with his voice that you can hear.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to this. I mean, honestly, I was hopeful for it when Travis Knight was involved and he was directing it. I really don't think he's like made a bad movie.
Mm.
I've at least liked or loved most. I think all of his movies, even I mean, even just being like a part of the Leica machine itself. But I mean, I just think he's got a movie coming out later this year that just looks amazing. I don't know if you guys saw the trailer in any of the movies you've seen in theaters. I saw it attached to The Mandalorian and Grogu, his movie Wildwood.
Yeah, that
I
was one of my
just I
picks
just saw the trailer.
for
Oh
the
my
year.
God, that looks amazing.
I don't
Yeah.
know what the hell that movie's
I
about,
was
but I
moved
gotta see
watching
it.
that
Yeah,
teaser. Yeah, like I have no clue, but the teaser looked amazing. But yeah, I
looks
don't know. Like
great.
I just very positive on him, and I think I don't know. This is all adding up to something. Yeah, I can't wait to see it. It's good. It's very much something I'm planning to hopefully see in the next couple of days.
Yeah, I don't know if you remember that was one of my when we did our picks for the
Right,
film,
right. I
yeah.
remember
Because
yeah, I
I've read
remember
the
you
book
mentioning
that
it.
it's based on.
Yeah, man, it
And
looks
also
so
it's
good.
got that Leica whatever, just that imprint. They always do such cool stuff, but this really feels like them stepping beyond, like trying to make like
Oh, for sure, dude.
a big movie. Like,
Yeah, yeah. It looks really really big.
speaking of, I don't know what you just said that made me think of this, but something just reminded me. Oh yeah, I have not yet mentioned that this will be a little follow up report on on a movie that you've seen, Ronald. I saw I Love Boosters.
Okay.
And
Okay.
I really liked I Love Boosters.
Okay.
So there you go. But no, I definitely see it. Like I think that like I get like I really loved Sorry to Bother You, and I do think this
Me
movie is a
too.
little bit loosier, goosier, or something. Like there is some way in which it's not quite as smoothed over of an experience as that. And I
Mm.
do think also in the last act it gets like some of the kind of social commentary that it's going for. It like I don't know that it quite earns not earns really, but like I don't know that it quite made me buy some of the like conclusion of what happens as a
Yeah.
result of what happens in the movie. But I don't know. I feel like that stuff that I'm only assuming that the kind of midway point when some really wacky shit happens that might have been around the time that you checked out, according to what you'd said. And I feel like
Yeah.
at that point, I really liked that. I kept waiting for it to seem like it was really incompetent based on what you said, and it never really felt like it was incompetent to me. It just felt like it was just crazy. And it's like it has that Boots Riley thing of, oh, here's that weird element that you were thinking might be the weird element of this. But this
Yeah.
movie's then is like, oh, you thought that was the weird element? Well, here's the weird element. Oh, here's another weird element. I
Yeah.
mean, so there's like two or three things kind of piled on in the end stretch of the movie, or maybe the last half, that like really do. Ex- I don't know if it so much expects that much. If you're a Boots Riley fan, it seems like maybe there's a 50-50 shot that you will go, oh, okay, I'm on board for this, or if you're like, no, I don't know what this movie is,
Yeah.
what this
Yeah.
movie is trying to do. And I do think in the end, it managed to kind of bring home a lot of stuff that I thought was really fun. But I think it's somewhere in that last act, I did start to feel like, all right, I'm like, this is like, it just wasn't hitting as hard as it could have, or it
Right.
wasn't as tightly done. And I hate to say that about a movie maker who's clearly not trying to make a down the middle movie. But maybe your comments set me up to like think, oh, so you're like, oh, so Ronald said about halfway in this movie really takes a dip. I was expecting to be like, oh, this really started to suck. And when it didn't, I was able to maybe enjoy it a little bit more. But I also think there was like moments throughout that every time I would start to think, am I out on this? There'd be some moment that I thought was really funny, or just a little twist that I thought was fun. I do think at an hour and 53 minutes, I hate to always, man, I'm always saying, oh, this could have been 15, 20 minutes shorter. But this really feels like if this could have somehow been like a 95-minute movie,
Oh yeah.
like I think
Yeah.
I would be singing its praises right now. But even with all that, I appreciate someone like Boots Riley who's like full of ideas, more so maybe sometimes than a more polished ride that doesn't have so many ideas packed into it. Um, but yeah, so if you like Sorry to Bother You, I don't know if you did or not, but you might
I
you
did.
might you might like this. You might, maybe you'll be somewhere between the two of us.
Okay.
You like Boosters and Boots Riley, and you like.
If you like Bootsters, I'll tell you who was fun in this is the woman that was, I forget the actress's name, but she was on Welcome to Derry.
Taylor
Yeah,
Page,
she was
Oh,
really good.
Paige.
I liked her in this.
crush on her,
Yeah, it's hard not to.
crush on her. She's gorgeous.
Hard not to get romantic about
Right,
Taylor
right.
And then I
Yeah,
also
she's
thought
fun
that
in it,
like
man.
what's his name, Will Poulter was fun in his
Yeah,
part,
yeah,
and Lakeith Stanfield is really funny in this. Like I really thought, and his character
yeah,
does some of the wackiest stuff, but
yeah.
I really
I,
liked the way that
I
every
like
time they
fashion
showed him
too.
talking, like the camera shot, it was like he was such a lover boy. It was like
Yeah.
we were meant to see him as this.
And then when you find out why, it's like, come
Yeah,
on,
no,
man.
it's insane. That's insane.
I like when
Um,
she's like, "You're fucking up my shit."
yeah, she can really deliver that kind of thing
Oh
well.
God, I get that, man. It's like somebody's so distracting. It's
Yeah.
like, no, no, you're fucking up my shit. Like, we'll talk to you later.
But yeah, so that was the I Love Boosters, the reboot, reboost.
Reboosted.
Is there anything else that anybody has seen?
I didn't
Anything
see
else you
anything
want?
crazy this week. I mean, I wanted to just talk about a new Apple TV show, but just really quick. The Maximum Pleasure Guaranteed.
Oh yeah, yeah.
How is that?
It's great. Like Apple TV is on fire, dude. Like,
Okay.
I mean, we
Oh,
talked about Widow's Bay. Like, it's not quite at the end yet to kind of
yeah.
really be able to talk about it. But I mean, like, they're just dropping these. I mean, they're just, I don't know, dude. They're really, really special in terms of their original programming. This is a series created by David Rosen, uh, who I don't know. I guess he did he worked on Sugar, which was also an Apple TV series with Colin Farrell. But yeah, Tatiana Maslany, Jake Johnson, um, what's my dude's name? Murray Bartlett, which if you just say White Lotus season one hotel manager, people know who he is. That guy. Just really great series, basically about this single mother who gets caught up in this cam boy scam murder plot scenario that basically, she's in the process of dealing with custody of her child, and she gets herself stuck in the middle of this bad scenario, and yeah, it's great. I think there's 3 or 4 episodes out to this point. Um, but yeah, just if you like, I mean, yeah, I love Jake Johnson. His name is what kind of caught my eye when I first heard about the show when we were asking for access to it. But there's really great writing. She's incredible in the show. I mean, I've always liked her, but I think she's just like, especially not being able to talk too much about the show because I've watched the whole season already. But it's in the back half of the season, which next week it starts to get into. She's just incredible. But yeah, maximum pleasure guaranteed. Again, I can't stop talking about Apple TV. They're just making amazing content. The shows are just great.
And people still sort of sleep on them, but I will
They
say
do.
this.
Dude,
Widow's Peak has, I mean, maybe it's just my algorithm.
Widow's
But
Bay.
Widow's Bay. Yeah, Widow's Peak. My hair. Have you not seen this Widow's Peak? No, but Widow's Bay has been really
Yeah.
all over my feed. Like, people are really
Yes.
noticing this show. And I
Yeah.
feel like, okay, maybe that happened with Severance too, and maybe it's happened with a couple of others, but like, at least it's still at that level. But it is strange that people still talk about Apple TV Plus sometimes like they don't have that much.
Yeah,
I mean, how many
that
more
is
of these like acclaimed, incredibly well made shows with the top talent? How many more do they have to have before
Oh my
people
God, dude.
will at least start talking about them like, oh yeah, this is not, they're not just pretending to do this thing. This is almost like, I mean, this is like, prime prestige era
Yeah, it's really good.
sort of quality levels. So
Yeah, I mean
Um,
the craziness is like over the last like 2 months, they've kind of had like three of my favorite new shows of the year.
yeah,
Margot's Got Money Problems was great, which ended its run recently. Widow's Bay is maybe my favorite show of the year, and I think that Maximum Pleasure Guaranteed is up there too, man. It's just really, really good stuff.
yeah. Oh, I
and
wanted to talk about Twisted Yoga, which is also an
Oh
Apple TV.
yeah, yeah, that's what you were saying. Yeah,
3-part series, docu-series about a yoga cult, essentially.
damn.
It starts off the same way. Pretty women go to the top. They get isolated. The leader wants to have sex with all of them. Same story over and over and over
A
and over
tale
and
as
over.
old as time.
Yeah,
it's
it's
funny.
all the
It's like if
time.
you're running a cult, you're
Beauty
like,
and the
Yeah,
Beast.
it goes right to it.
it's like
It's right in.
when are you gonna get to the sex stuff? You know what I
Yes,
mean? If
it's
you're running
just a
cult,
matter of time. It's
yeah.
like
Right,
it's
right.
it's like and it always starts the same way. It's always this gorgeous woman with like light eyes, and she's like, it made me feel special. It made me feel great, and then he wanted to have sex with me,
Yeah, and somewhere in there you see a picture of the
froggy
guy,
style.
and he looks like a frog himself.
Yeah, yes. He's like
That's why he liked froggy
he's like
style.
Kermit the Frog. I love leading this cult.
Let's bone. It's like Marvin the Martian as a
Oh
cult.
my God. Yes,
Yeah.
man. It is the same formula over and over again. You know what's really strange? They all have this insane fact about their sexual stamina. It's always the same way. And like I can't figure out if it's like for the sake of just telling a story. First time I ever heard it was Charles Manson. He could fuck all day.
Yeah.
There's a very similar thing with this guy. Apparently his sexual like prowess. So like, and it's not like, they kind of say it. He's like, he could go all day. I'm like, what?
Hmm.
What is it about these ugly troll-looking dudes with this crazy sex stamina?
I mean, when handsome specimens like us, we worry enough about just satisfying one woman.
Yeah.
You know, like to
Yeah.
have a whole cult of people, a whole
Right.
class. I don't even know where I would start.
Yeah. It's a rough job, but somebody has to do it, man.
I guess someone has
So
to.
the cult
You know what?
leaders gotta do
If
it.
these cult leaders don't do it, then what are they going to do for programming? You know,
Yeah, that's
we're
true.
going to run out of documentaries.
It's like Bikram yoga,
Yeah.
twisted yoga. It's like all these yogas. Like after a while, there's some guy at the top that wants to have sex with all the pretty women, and he always wants them to stay skinny. It's always the same thing. It's like I'd rather you not eat anything. Very crazy.
I have to check that one out.
Yes, it's a cool 3-parter. Not doesn't take too much of your time out.
I was going to say though, when you were talking about the series that are the fictional or dramatic series that are on or scripted, I guess, series that are on Apple TV Plus, you've got it's Elle Fanning, right? In Margot's Got Money Problems. It's Tatiana Maslany in Maximum Pleasure Guaranteed, and then it's Matthew Rhys on Widow's Bay. It's like
Yeah,
these are all very like actor-driven projects that have these people that are amazing.
Amazing.
Like,
yeah.
It's a great
those
word.
those
Yes.
three people are like amazing actors and like can totally carry a show. And I think like it's really fun to see that. It's fun to see people pick up on that, but it's also just fun to see that that's what you should be doing with this kind of series, is basing it around someone who can totally handle the sort of load of being on screen like that. So no, I got to check out Maximum Pleasure Guaranteed.
Yeah. Silo season 3 coming out in July.
Yeah, I know.
Man, come on. This is an insane
And that's
network.
going for 4 seasons total. Is that what they say? Is that
Yeah. Is it supposed to end this
I
season?
think it's supposed to wrap up after the next
After
season.
The next
one.
season.
Okay. Good show, man. Good show.
And that's another, talk about an actor that I like. Rebecca Ferguson. Is
Yeah,
just
Rebecca
amazing.
Ferguson. Even Common's doing some solid acting in this show, man.
I know you think so.
He's
I know
trying.
you think so.
He's trying.
I
John.
like Common. I just don't know that I've ever really quite bought him.
Look.
I think the one thing on that show that works is that his character is kind of like, I believe that his character is kind of stiff or something. I don't know. Common's never quite convinced me, but I don't think he's I don't think he's one of those people who takes me out. Like, I will give him that. He does not like, I believe that.
Terminator
I believe that's a
Salvations
guy.
took me out.
Well, I didn't see that one. I didn't
Don't.
see that one.
He sounds like he's reading off of a piece of paper. I mean, it's like it's wild.
Yeah, Apple TV's got Cape Fear, which we were talking about earlier, maybe before we
Why?
record. That comes out, well, this week. And then Sugar Season 2, Silo Season 3, Trying Season 5, Ted Lasso returns
Oh, yeah.
to Season
We get
4,
Ted
and
Lasso.
Dark Matter, which is another show I loved, with Joel Edgerton, comes back at the end of August for Season 2. Like,
Oh
that's
yeah,
crazy good
the return.
Yeah, it's amazing.
series, man. Like, keep at it, Apple. Keep at it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's all I really wanted to mention. That's all I really watched this week. Aaron and I kind of watched that whole series, but
Oh, and Ted
so-
Lasso's coming back. Ted Lasso's
Yeah.
coming back in August.
Yeah, that's
Yep.
crazy.
Yep.
Went away.
Yeah.
Now they're bringing it back. They were cagey when they went away, though. They always
They
made
were.
it sound like they were pausing more so than stopping. You know, so
Yeah.
Yeah.
which I don't know. I'm fine if a show wants to do that. Like, I think that enough
For
shows
sure.
take a couple of years off between seasons anyway. That if you just don't want to be on the treadmill of like just putting out a season every year, I can understand why you might want to say, let's just end this, but also leave the door open to come back
Right.
and tell more stuff, because they didn't really end anybody's story particularly.
Uh,
Yeah.
I guess
Hannah-
having him leave felt like somewhat final, but it didn't feel like final. So
Hannah Waddingham just premiered her boyfriend out in public, man, and I think collectively all fans of her fucking did the little fist ball. I was
when they
fucking-
saw who she was with,
she's gorgeous, man, and she's like can sing. She's beautiful. She's funny. She looks kind of like a villain.
yeah, she does have villain vibes.
Yeah, I'm a fan.
I wonder
man.
if that's just because I saw her first on Game of Thrones,
Game
and
of
she was full on
Thrones.
good.
Yeah, that's probably what it was.
But I
Big
do think
fan of
watching
hers.
Ted Lasso, she plays as kind of like in a normal version of that show, she might have been the villain. But
Yeah.
I think that one of the smart things about that show when you're watching it the first time is that like how quickly you realize, oh, she's not going to be that bad, and that then introduces the tension of, oh, she likes Ted, so the fact that she brought him in to be kind of a patsy. But there's actual character tension there. I don't know. I
Yeah.
remember the first season feeling like that was pretty well done because I was like, I don't want their friendship to be ruined because she was basically using him.
Yeah. And then there seemed to be some like romantic feelings
Yeah.
after a while.
Yeah, they
It
had like
almost turned
A hot
into
second.
a
Yeah.
Romicus Comicus towards the end.
Well, I think that's an episode, guys.
Yeah.
It feels good.
I should
What?
mention I
Yep.
will be traveling next week, so I guess that means there's no show next week. Unless
No
we
show next week. You've been warned.
Yes, I'm
You have
telling
extra
guys.
We're
time to
showing this
watch Office Romance.
Yes.
Office Woman. Watch it.
In the meantime, moviesmovie.com is the website. You can go there to subscribe to the podcast in whatever podcast platform you choose to listen to your podcast. You can go to youtube.com/moviesmoviepodcast. Again, you can subscribe there for the listening adventure, audio visual adventure, long, short, and even the home cut version, which is where Ronald kind of breaks down the Kaleidoscape releases. But yeah, that's all there on YouTube. If you can subscribe, hit the bell for notifications, we'd appreciate it. And yeah, if you do any of those things already, thank you. And maybe next time you do any of them, maybe leave a comment, leave a review. We'd appreciate that feedback as well. We're back in 2 weeks with a new episode. Again, Ronald's Choice, required viewing. Netflix, right?
Yep.
Netflix?
Netflix.
Office Romance. We'll talk about it in 2 weeks. Thank you so much for listening. As always, you made our day. Thanks.
Bye.